I it's funny because I tried to start a fraternity in college, but that's just, that's me being me.
I should have
Uh,
known.
what I tried to do was just hand out dog tags to everybody, and they thought we were like a gang. Um, but there is a culture there that is very strange. However, when you look at it under the context of the history of Black and Brown folks, you kind of see, what gaps these organizations filled in. Um, and I say this also as someone who a lot of our volunteers come from Black fraternities and Latin fraternities because they put a big emphasis on giving back to the community. um but I think all of them have their different cultures, all of them have their different ways of doing things. But I think once it becomes less about the community and more about the internal culture, that's where it becomes a slippery slope for me. That's where it becomes like this is weird and culty. But some people say the same thing about Christianity. So there we go.
So in my experience, from the white side of things, my perception of fraternities and sororities was, hey, this is party, and obviously it's movies with white people in it that have fed that kind of look where, hey, this is a place to party and all that. Whereas when I experienced this with Black people, yeah, sure, none of them were going to deny the fact that there was partying and all that going on. But to Anthony's point about doing things to support the community, it was also far more about the brotherhood. And so for me, my deduction was that uh, on the Black side of things, this was really almost about a positive gang atmosphere, right? So I'm ministering as a youth pastor, and I'm seeing teenagers and kids growing up on the streets who are looking for brotherhood, looking for family, and finding it in gangs. And then as I said, I have members of my church who are Black people who have, quote, made it, and yet they were a part of this. And so it was almost like, yeah, instead of the street gangs, I joined this positive gang while I was in college, and we are brothers, and that these guys are my family and my brothers for life.